vlog. This is day 9. Today is, what today? Girl, what is today? My days be running together. June 6th. Child, my days are running together at this point. It is day 9, post-op. I just got done eating some oatmeal. Well, tried to eat it anyway. I have not had much of an appetite lately, but I be hungry. Your girl be hungry, but when I try to go eat, it be like, we don't want that. I'm down another 2 pounds. I think in the last vlog I told y'all I was down to 195. Weighing myself this morning I'm down to 193. We gonna take it because I wanted to get down to 185 pre-surgery, pre-birthday even, and we just didn't do it. So I was told by all of my friends who had this surgery before me that, yeah, you're gonna lose weight. So that I am doing. Pain is getting a lot better. Well, not pain, because I really never had pain, but that discomfort that I experienced from that abdominal colic, y'all, that was so painful. It felt like, if you've ever had a like a cramp or a Charlie horse in like your leg, or like how your toes or something cramp up and it just hurts for like, 2 to 3 intense seconds. That's what it felt like. But imagine that happening every like 5 minutes. Painful. But my doctor did tell me that is almost an expected side effect. Some people don't get it. A lot of people do. And I was talking to one of my friends who lives in Dallas, and she said, you know what, I had the same thing and I didn't even know that's what it was called until today. Yesterday I was talking to her. It's like, girl, yeah, that's what it's called. So now we understand why the babies cry so much, because they barely be hurting. It just hurt so bad. It hurt, y'all. But we have moved past it for the most part. I'm like 95% out of not having them. I might have one every few hours as opposed to one every 5 minutes. So, hey, the pain or the soreness that was in my left side is almost gone. Not all the way, but almost. And I know I'm still healing from the inside. So my mind is still telling me, like when I'm getting in and out of the bed, my mind is, even though it doesn't hurt when I move a lot of the times, my mind is still telling me, girl, it still hurts. So I'm still bracing like it hurts. And then when I get out of the bed and don't feel anything, I'm like, oh, that wasn't so bad. But other than that, day 9 post-op has started off. Okay, Hubs is on to work. We just checked the mail. We had so much mail, y'all. Look at all this mail. And I have my 2 magazines. I have my Bazaar and my Vogue. My Bazaar. And my Vogue. So perhaps we will read those today. But
damn, boy, what that? Some kind of weed or something? It's my natural hair. I've been growing it since birth. Well, damn, what kind of chemicals you got now? They put no chemicals. I've got a secret. I worship the devil. Thank you. Teaching my hand. Let them lead the way. Show them all the way. That's a sign. You can't take away my Grandma, that is horrible, even for you. You can't possibly keep all these bags. Yeah.
Today is post-op day 10. It is 2:40 p.m. I'm just laying in the bed, as you can see. I'm watching Blackish. I've been up and down all day trying to stay mobile because my doctor told me that does help with the colic in my belly. Still having a little bit of it, but like I said before, not nearly as painful and as much as before, but just a little bit. So I try to get up every hour. My doctor said for every hour that I'm laying down, I need to move at least 5 minutes, which is not an unreasonable task at all. Pain level is probably between a 2 and a 3. It's not a pain. It's just a discomfort, with any type of cut, bruise, surgery, whatever you have. It's gonna subside more and more day to day. So I'm probably between a 2.5 and a 3, closer to the 2.5 side. My husband ordered Longhorns last night. That's what I thought I had a taste for. So I got salmon, I think it's called seasoned rice, and then I got Brussels sprouts. Love Longhorns Brussels sprouts, and a sweet potato. I ended up giving half of the salmon to my son, and I may have taken 3 or 4 bites off of it, and the rest is in the refrigerator. My son ate half of the Brussels sprouts. I might have eaten a couple forkfuls of it, and then a few forkfuls of the rice. And then my son ate the majority, but it's still a little bit left in the refrigerator, which I'm gonna try to eat it today. I didn't touch the sweet potato at all, y'all. This no appetite thing is wild to me because I like Longhorns, and for me to not have eaten it last night, my husband is like, yeah, you definitely don't have an appetite. But I'm home by myself. My son was called into work, and my husband had to work today. So it's just me and Bella B at home by ourselves, and that's pretty much it. So I need to go ahead and get up, move around, make my way downstairs, and try to eat the rest of the food that was left from last night. So this is the food that was left over from last night. I mean, there's a sweet potato, and this is what it was. As you can see, I had no smoky tomato butter and no garlic butter on the shrimp. The shrimp was just, plain. And then it was salmon. I just forced myself through eating that because I needed to get something in my stomach. Y'all, look at my arm. Look at that. This is the result of me being in the hospital, and you can still see a little bruising on this one right in the fold of my arm, but this one is the absolute worst. See if you can still see. You can still see the puncture mark from when they were trying to get an IV in this arm, and right there in that arm, and you can see right there in the fold a little bit. Anytime I have to give labs or anything of that nature, I always try to hype myself up, brace for it, because I know how hard of a stick I am, and I know how arduous of a task that is going to be. It is just, I don't look forward to it at all. I mean, it's just, I've been that way forever. I don't know if I told you all the story of when my husband and I got life insurance. This was years back, maybe about 10, 12 years ago now at this point. We got a pretty sizable policy, and it required us to have some blood work drawn. And my husband, they were able to take his blood fine. My husband has veins. They don't have to do all the popping and the tourniquets on his arm or anything like that, because he and my son have pretty healthy veins. Me, on the other hand, that lady stuck me 3 times. And I gave her a look, and she gave me a look right back. And she said, ma'am, you know what? She said, I'm not doing this today. She said, I'm not going to keep sticking you, and I'm not going to keep trying to stick you. She said, we'll just pull your medical records from your primary care doctor. I had to sign I think a HIPAA waiver or something, and they were able to pull my information from my doctor's office because they were getting no blood from me. It was hard. So I always try to not put myself in situations that is going to require me to be stuck, but you can't avoid it sometimes, like, hospital stays, physicals, whatever. It's just inevitable. But yeah, my arm, look at it. And you can still see some right here and a little bit right here, and then both of them on my hands. So yeah, I'll be glad when I get my appetite back, because I just can't enjoy anything right now, because forcing myself to eat is not something I like to do. But I know I have to eat, especially my doctor did tell me that, your intake of protein pre-surgery and post-surgery is very important, because protein is going to help you along with healing. And honestly, so I'm trying to get my protein in as best I can. Today it was with the fish. So yeah, I don't feel bad. I'm just, I'll be glad when all of the soreness goes away. I can't rush it. I'm not going to rush it. I'm just, I know I'm healing because every day is a little less than the day before. So I think tomorrow, my husband is off work tomorrow, and I think he's off on Monday. So tomorrow or Monday, oh, I thought I saw somebody standing at my door. Tomorrow or Monday, I am going to just say, hey, let's just ride somewhere. I can't drive. I'm not cleared to drive until the end of week 2, which is the end of next week. So, but getting in the car, getting out, and getting some fresh air is definitely going to do me a little bit of good, because I've been in this house since, when did I come home? Friday. I've been in this house since last Friday. So I've been in the house for 8 days straight. So this is post-op day 10. It is day 11 post-op. My husband took me on a field trip. We are at DreamMet. He brought me to DreamMet to get me some ice cream, kitty cup size, of course, with just fresh cut strawberries. So that's what we're here doing. He's actually in the line. So yeah. It is still day 11 of my post-op. It is 8:27 p.m. It is June 8th, Sunday, June 8th. I think it's June 8th. Yes, June 8th. You can see I'm in my PJs. I just took a shower, and I'm in the bed. I am tired today, y'all. Me being out of my regular routine, not moving as much, my body is a little lazy. So the most movement I get during the day is just me walking per my doctor's instructions. But normally I'm walking quite frequently. During the day, I'm up and down the stairs, back and forth to the grocery store, taking the dog out, doing stuff around the house, etc., etc., etc. And me not doing that, yeah. I did move around a little bit in the kitchen today, and I think that's kind of what tired me out. I didn't do a whole lot. I just did a little, a little something. But my husband and my son are outside, sitting by the pool. I was out there with them earlier, but I came in and decided to take a shower, and that's what I did. Put on my pajamas, and now I'm just in the bed. So that is it for post-op day 11. Today is Monday, June 9th. It is day 12 post-op, and I'm feeling pretty good today. Just got off FaceTime with my son. I had to send him to the grocery store The hubs is at work, and I needed some things for me to have for lunch tomorrow and Wednesday. I should be okay to drive by Thursday, but you know, it's all going to be contingent upon how I feel. Of course, I am not going to push myself, and even if I do drive, it'll be for a very, very short distance. But at least if I feel capable and up to it, then I'll at least have that option if I need to have that option. So I was just on the phone with my son, like I said, FaceTime, with guiding him around the grocery store, and it kind of worked out as being like a little life lesson, because you know, my son is 24 and he has to learn the bare necessities, basically, how to grocery shop, how to navigate your way around the grocery store. And I sent him to Sam's one time. He called me immediately. He was like, "What is this?" He did not like it. But you know, you can't have these boys growing up thinking that a woman is going to take care of them. And I'm definitely not going to raise my son thinking that somebody's daughter is expected to take care of them. My husband wasn't raised like that, and my son is not going to be raised like that. Now, if he marries a woman that, you know, she enjoys, you know, cooking the meal, you know, she got to keep the house clean. But under no uncertain circumstances will he be raised that it is the expectation that the bearer of maintaining a household will fall on her shoulders. This is an equal split over here. That's how he see me and his dad do it, although I do prefer grocery shopping. But his dad will do it if need be. So him doing his mom a favor while she can't turn into like a little life lesson. But that is all, y'all. That is all for day 12, and I'm going to wrap up this vlog. I think this is going to be the last of my post-op series, because I'm going to do a sit-down video and tell you all about how I even arrived at the decision to have the hysterectomy, what my experience was prior, during, after, and just if any of you out there are facing the same surgery, or if you're contemplating on if it's something that you may or may not want to do, because it is a big decision. It is a big decision, especially if you are still in childbearing age, and you know, it's a final decision. There's no coming back, you know. So this is going to be my final post-op series. I hope I was able to shed some light on what post-op looks like after a abdominal hysterectomy. My hysterectomy was not laparoscopic, so it was a invasive surgery, so to speak. But I thank you guys for following me along on these 12 days, and I will see you guys in the next video. Oh, and if you haven't subscribed, please consider doing so. I would love to have you a part of my family. Follow me on Instagram and TikTok at luxliving4_less, and I'll see you all in the next video. Bye, y'all.